Well, worldview is important because it it really is what governs a person's life. It's the it's the living system that guides them through all of the moments. And for most people, worldview is an undiscerned matter. Everybody has one. Everyone's got a worldview. And what we mean by it is it's the order of thought that compels you in a direction. And for most people, where it gets tricky and where it's problematic is that their worldview isn't discerned. As they survey their lives, if they were to do that, they'd find that a lot of the decisions they make are actually just compulsions. They're not discerned. They're not clarifying a why inside of what they're doing. And so to bring all of that to people's senses and invite them to pause long enough to be able to discern what is it that is guiding me through life. Okay? And it's an order of meaning, it's an order of thought, it's an order of ethics and morals. And if your worldview isn't discerned, if it's not consciously held, that means that you're going to be guided in life by a host of impulses. Okay? You're going to be left to the machinations of the culture around you for guidance, and tragically, your own emotions, your feeling from one given moment to the next. And people who are governed by their feelings find that their lives are frenetic and chaotic and painful and very often violent in terms of the pace of things. Feelings make wonderful servants, but they make terrible masters. Okay? And so inside of a clarified worldview, I'm not left merely to my feelings as a roadmap for my life. I have a host of values, and I'm committed to those, and they are what guides me through my life. If everybody's got a living system, and if we call it a worldview, and if it's the thing that is at the heart of life for them, and it's the thing guiding them, they would do well to discern it. And if you were to ask, well, what's the next good thing to do so far as worldview goes? It would be to survey your worldview. It would be to ask questions about who it is or what it is that's actually informing you on the daily. And for most people, that's bound to be a spate of social media inputs, messaging from their favorite influencers, a smattering of messages and principles that they got from their parents and their upbringing. Maybe they were part of a religious community, maybe they weren't. But the long and the short of it is that it's a hodgepodge of things. And so if we were to invite somebody to clarify their worldview, we would invite them to consider all of these sources. And then we would ask whether or not these sources actually intend to care for the one that they're informing, whether they have the well-being of the person in question in mind. And you look around you for very long and you find that well-being isn't something that the social media enterprise is supplying to you, or things on the nightly news, etc. They're merely meant to occupy your attention. And most people these days have a very occupied attention without having discerned why it's occupied in the way that it is. And so we would ask, what is the general intention of the people that are informing my life and the sources of information that are informing my life?